Alright folks, it's been a while since I've had some YouTube content put out, but we're going to start getting some more consistent stuff. So I just finished up a workout with the wife. We did chest and shoulders, and now I'm on my way to doctor's appointment. My left shoulder's been fucked up for a long time now. Had a torn labrum probably like 6 years ago, and rotator cuff muscles and everything were secure and strong, and the shoulder didn't feel like it was going to dislocate, so they said that I could just kind of deal with it, essentially. And then 2 months ago, a little over 2 months ago now, I went out to Dallas to do some video content for Anabolic Design AD, my supplement sponsor. And I didn't have the newbie with me, I left it at home. So we did this hype training video, and I got the pleasure of having to do a chest and shoulder workout. My shoulder was a little irritating me going into that week, like an idiot. I just went balls out and was doing like 5-plate hammer strength shoulder press and chest press and 95-pound dumbbell laterals. Really ripped the shoulder up good. And then we had to go golfing that night, Top Golf, for a company event. So then I ended up having to smack golf balls for about 2 hours, which wasn't the best thing for my shoulder. Long story short, had another MRI done when I got back. Still had the severe tear in the labrum, and my shoulder's, the way it's rotated in the socket, it's kind of like rotated forward, so the humerus head's kind of wanting to pop out the backside where the labrum tear is. Rotator cuff and everything's still fine. Unfortunately, the surgeon said that there's really nothing he can do. If he does operate, it's actually that makes things worse. I trust him. He is the Rams and the Dodgers team physician, and people in the know are kind of tabbing him to be the next James Andrews. And if you guys ain't know about sports medicine, James Andrews is like the go-to guy. So Banfi is turning himself to one of the elite sport physicians out there. We did a cortisone injection 6 weeks ago. Had me on anti-inflammatories because it was just so severely inflamed. Like, I'd move my shoulder around and you could just hear an ocean moving in there, and that's what caused most of the pain. So there's a lot of arthritis in there, some bone spurs. Essentially what we have to do is just keep inflammation down and try to do some lubricant type injections to keep it moving right. I got the inflammation down pretty decently. Just last week my shoulder started to irritate me a little more. I rehab on the newbie pretty much every day, and I go from extreme pain and can't even move it to full range of motion. I'm fine for a few hours, and I can get through my workouts, as you guys saw today, without a lot of limitations. You know, I'm obviously not going to do like a flat bench or anything like that. That's going to put a lot of pressure on the shoulder, but I can do everything I need to do to be a bodybuilder, just kind of live with pain. So see what he says today, see if he wants to do another cortisone injection. I do feel there's some inflammation in there. It's bothered me the past couple nights trying to sleep. So that's that on that spectrum. You know, so I stepped on stage last in November, and since then I've just been kind of on this like experimental health kick between training with the newbie every day. I've been fasting pretty much since last August. When I ruptured my bicep, I started this whole keto and fasting type thing. I kept the fasting through my prep for Romania. Beginning of December, I went back into full-fledged keto, just finishing up a 5-week span on carnivore. Carnivore was the best thing I ever did. I found out that my body just doesn't react to carbs well. Well, not my body. My muscles love it. My body does. My gut doesn't. Any type of vegetables, any type of fibrous product, I immediately get gassy and bloated. So when I was on carnivore, you would think you'd be constipated, but it's kind of the opposite. I had diarrhea the whole time. Not like explosive, but like when I went, it was just soft stool, but no gas, no bloating whatsoever. My fuck up on carnivore was I started eating a bunch of pork rinds and pork cracklings. I found these ones from Epic. They're maple bacon flavored, and they are the most delicious crack flavored tasting shit in the world. I was eating like 6 bags a day on top of a lot of red meat. So my HDL, didn't really like it so much. I dropped like, I got blood work done before and after the 6 weeks, I dropped like 6 points in my HDL. So right now I'm going back into keto and just really upping my omega-3s. I don't like fish, so salmon I can't do, things like that. So more omega-3, eggs, some more high quality olive oil, things like that. Get my LDL and HDL back in check. I might approach carnivore again. Competitively, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I have the desire to get back on stage, I truly do. As you guys know, I don't have these aspirations to be Mr. Olympia, and I know that I'll probably never win a show, but I love the whole process of it. It just gives me something to push for, fight for every day. But I have a lot going on in life right now. In the process of trying to open a gym, and before everybody laughs, oh, another bodybuilder opened a gym, it's something completely different than any of you guys have ever seen. I don't want to give too much details because I don't want to give my ideas away, but essentially everybody that I've talked to about this, high stature, people with a lot of money, they think it is an absolute genius idea. It's going to be a very expensive facility to do, I've already got people that have jumped out and willing to back me and partner with me as well. It's gonna be all the New Fit. I kind of want to be their West Coast hub, kind of a showcase facility for them, and something that's gonna gear more towards elite athletes rather than just a meathead gym. This week I have a meeting with a business developer. We're gonna sit down and get a business plan together and really figure out costs and kind of drop a plan or everything. It's crazy how it went from this little idea, not even fucking joking, within like 2 weeks, it just exploded. And I had people left and right, you know, oh, I'll put in $750,000, I'll do this. So it's been kind of cool, kind of overwhelming. A lot of people don't like to talk about shit. I'm one of those people that I breathe things into reality. Whenever I want something in life, we didn't think we could buy a house. I just kept talking about it, Boom, we got a house. Almost anything in my life that I've ever wanted, I talk about it, I manifest it, and I make it happen. Put it out there in the universe, and this is what I really want to focus on. Maybe if things go quickly, depending how much time I need to consume into this, I would love to do a show in Japan at the end of the year. More than likely I might take all this year off, maybe do something next spring. I'll get on stage again. I do have this dream, this goal of doing 30 pro shows over a 10-year span. A little more than halfway through there. I got 18 shows under my belt. That's a little bit of a life update for you guys. Everything that's kind of been going on in our world. If I've been quiet on social media, I'm sorry. You know, like I said, I've been cruising for a while. The wife and I went to fertility clinic. She had some major surgeries. If you guys follow us, they found like a baseball-sized growth in one of her ovaries, a couple other cysts, some fibroids, endometriosis, a bunch of stuff. So she had a pretty major surgery. Set her back for almost 6 weeks, and really she's only been in the gym for like 2 or 3 weeks. But we were a little worried that we're gonna have to do in vitro fertilization, which isn't the end of the world. But so I cleaned out, did a PCT for a few months, and she went in, and she was, the average amount of eggs for a woman over 30 is 18. She had fucking 31. So she's fertile, and my sperm count, motility, everything was all perfect. So we don't have to go the IVF route, but it's something we're considering because you do get to genetically select the best eggs. We're not looking to have kids right now, maybe next fall. Plan to be pregnant around that time. Have a baby in like summer of 21, or 22 is my favorite number, so I would like to have my kid born on 2/22/22, even if she has to have a C-section that day. So, but we'll see. Just taking everything one day at a time. And yeah, that's about it. That's everything that's going on in our life right now. Last week it kind of flared up again. Okay. Like I said, if I get on the Newbie, the New Fit machine, I warm up and I feel like $1,000,000 and I can get to a workout no problem, and then, you know, 3 or 4 hours later inflammation sets in, it just stiffens up.
Well, I think as we discussed last time, we can be more aggressive with certain types of injections.
Yeah.
That should give you longer lasting relief.
Right.
Kind of the stepwise progression from steroid would be hyaluronic acid.
Yeah.
Which is very safe for the joint. So you could probably do like a series of maybe like 2, like one week and one the second week, and that would probably be enough, and then you just have the third as like an extra, but there's no cost associated.
Both modalities, PRP to elicit the healing process, and then hyaluronic acid for lubrication.
Yeah, so we commonly do that, and you see good results with that. So that's a definite option.
Yeah.
But I would do them at the same time if that's your plan.
Yeah.
So we just give you the prescription, you get the hyaluronic acid. We could do the blood draw same day. It takes maybe like 10 minutes to spin it, and then put it back. Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Easy.
Said and done. Hear that, guys? We're getting some Rooster combs put in my shoulder. They still use Rooster combs?
No.
Oh, okay.
This new one is synthetic. But
it used to be Rooster combs.
Yeah.
Slow as shit. The acting stuff's been kind of dead lately. All changes in the way commercials and stuff work. For some reason, bodybuilding just isn't a big thing right now. So, you know, as a bodybuilder, it's kind of a niche thing. It's not like I just show up to any audition I want to. I gotta get called in for a specific role. And one of the biggest things about me wanting to do the acting stuff was for health insurance. I have to make at least $19,000 a year to qualify to keep my SAG health insurance, and that saves me over $1,000 a month for me and Steph. So it's like a $31,000 swing. I could give two flying fucks about truly being an actor or anything, but that extra money is nice, and the health insurance is amazing. The year started out, I thought it was gonna be great. Had this guy that was looking for people in the fitness industry, bodybuilders, etc., to get into acting. He had all these low budget movies set up, but it was all via SAG. Had global distribution through Amazon and Hulu and stuff already all set up. Then all of a sudden the guy went MIA. I never heard from him again. So that was kind of a kick in the balls. Like, again, I don't really care about being famous or any shit like that, but the money's nice, and the health insurance is great. So we'll see. It's already into almost May, and I haven't gone on a single audition because they haven't wanted bodybuilders in anything. You know, it literally takes one commercial. Sometimes if it's a big national commercial, you can make 20 grand just off that one commercial. Just the whole industry is changing in general. Commercials don't run nearly as long as they used to. Advent of social media and everything like that has changed the direction of how marketing money is spent. So we'll see. I still got 7 months to make my 19 grand, or else I gotta pay for my insurance out of pocket. I did it last year, so not the end of the world. Some of you guys saw my day in the life video where you know, smoking a little bit before I go in to do my morning cardio. And for me, it's a contrast to what I was growing up. I always thought weed was like the worst shit in the world, like on the equivalent of like heroin, essentially. You know, being an athlete and growing up in kind of this small town, you were just, especially in New Hampshire, you know, you were just engraved that marijuana is the worst shit ever. So I stayed away. I never smoked until I was about like 26 when I came out here. I was really having a hard time sleeping in the middle of prep, and I was working with Chris Cormier. He was my coach, my mentor at the time, and Chris gave me a joint, and he's like, dude, just try this, promise you. I took one hit out of it, and fucking lights out, fell asleep. So from that point on, I started smoking. But I just think it's funny that, you know, here I was, I didn't want to fuck up my athletic career smoking, but yet I had no problem going out 3 or 4 nights a week and literally drinking either a 30-pack of beer or over a 5th of vodka and going out partying. But that was okay. But that's just how societally we were ingrained back then. You know, drinking and everything was fine. That was expected of you as an athlete, as a football player, you know, as someone in your late teens, early 20s, but yet marijuana was the worst shit you could ever do for yourself. Now that I'm older, I realize that it's completely ass backwards. Marijuana, really, I mean, it just make you lazy more than anything. I do it just to sleep, but the effects of marijuana, the effects of alcohol, you know, I'd take a pothead over an alcoholic any day of the week. It's just funny how, you know, perception and everything changes as you get older, and it was a big step for me to even show that I smoked at all, you know, because again, I sent my grandmother some CBD oil because she has extreme arthritis, and I just wanted to try something to help. And the second she found out, and I paid a shit ton of money for really good stuff, the second she found out that it was derived from marijuana, she refused to take it, you know. So that's just goes to show you the stigma that marijuana had when I was growing up. So, not saying to be a pothead. I know certainly I'm not a functional pothead. I'm not one of those people that can smoke in the middle of the day. No matter what it is, what blend it is, how mild it is, I take one hit and I'm just dumb. Like, I just want to sleep. I want to eat and sleep. I do it just to help fall asleep. It's better than taking Xanax or Ambien or Benadryl or any of the other shit. Yeah, that's my take on marijuana. Not saying that everybody should do it, but it's certainly not the devil that I thought it was growing up.